What if I told you that just 6 old Buffalo nickels could create a collection with a featured combined value of $226,700? Most people would walk right past these coins without a second glance, never realizing they're holding a piece of American history that collectors are constantly searching for. In today's video on XYZ Coin Seeker, we're uncovering 6 incredible Buffalo nickels that survived decades of circulation and now fascinate collectors with their history, rarity, and unique character. But here's the twist. The further we go into this countdown, the more surprising these coins become. Stay until the end because our final Buffalo nickel has a story that every coin hunter will want to hear, and missing even one coin could mean missing one of the most interesting treasures in today's collector market. Coin number 1. Our first coin is a fascinating 1934 Buffalo nickel carrying the Denver Mint mark, showing an attractive yellowish appearance with green layers across both the obverse and reverse, while preserving the details expected from an extra fine example. At first glance, it might look like just another old nickel, but experienced collectors know that appearances can tell an extraordinary story. Every shade of color, every mark of circulation, and every surviving detail reflects decades of American history. The Buffalo Nickel series remains one of the most beloved coin designs ever produced in the United States. Introduced in 1913, the design celebrated America's frontier heritage, with a proud Native American portrait on the obverse and the iconic American bison on the reverse. The 1934D issue came from the Denver Mint during a period when the nation was recovering from difficult economic times. Millions were struck, but many entered heavy circulation, making attractive higher-grade survivors increasingly desirable for collectors who appreciate originality and history. One of the exciting aspects of this particular example is its unusual visual character. The yellowish surfaces combined with green layers can result from decades of natural aging and environmental interaction. Collectors often enjoy coins that display distinctive personalities because no two aged examples look exactly alike. When an extra-fine Buffalo nickel retains strong hair details on the Native American portrait, visible horn definition on the buffalo, and pleasing overall detail, it becomes far more interesting than an average circulated piece. Another reason collectors pay close attention to the 1934D issue is the Denver Mint mark itself. Mint marks connect a coin to a specific production facility and often add another layer of historical interest. Enthusiasts building complete Buffalo nickel collections actively search for attractive Denver examples that combine eye appeal with solid preservation. Finding a coin that has survived decades while maintaining strong design features creates excitement within the collecting community. Condition always plays a critical role in the world of numismatics. An extra-fine Buffalo nickel shows moderate circulation, but still preserves much of its original design. Collectors carefully examine the facial features of the Native American, the feather details, the buffalo's coat, and especially the horn area to judge overall quality. Strong details make a significant difference in desirability and help separate an ordinary survivor from a memorable collectible. The story of this coin also highlights the adventure of coin collecting itself. Thousands of Buffalo nickels have passed through countless hands, yet only a fraction remain in attractive collectible condition today. Many were spent, lost, damaged, or heavily worn over the decades. Every surviving extra-fine example carries its own journey through American history, making ownership feel like preserving a small piece of the nation's past. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins that combine history, originality, and visual appeal. The unusual color combination on this example gives it a distinctive personality that stands out in a collection. While every collector has personal preferences, coins with interesting natural characteristics often attract attention because they tell a story that extends beyond simple mint production. For today's market, the estimated value for the 1934D Buffalo nickel in the extra-fine condition you described is $16,500 for dedicated collectors. Examples with desirable preservation and eye appeal continue to generate excitement and strong interest whenever they appear. Market demand for classic American coinage has remained active as enthusiasts seek quality pieces for long-term collections. If you own a buffalo nickel, take a close look at the date, mint mark, overall condition, and any unique surface characteristics. Handle coins carefully by the edges, avoid cleaning them, and consider proper storage to preserve their originality. Natural surfaces are often preferred by experienced collectors, and maintaining a coin's authentic appearance can be important for long-term collectability. The 1934D Buffalo nickel reminds us that hidden treasures can come from ordinary places. A small 5-cent coin can carry generations of history, remarkable artistry, and the excitement of discovery that keeps collectors searching year after year. And this is only the beginning of today's countdown. Even more surprising buffalo nickels are still waiting ahead, each with its own remarkable story and collector appeal. Stay with XYZ Coin Seeker because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries and fascinating updates every single day, and the next coin on our list might be even more incredible than this one. Next up, as we continue our countdown on XYZ Coin Seeker, it's time for a buffalo nickel that has captured the imagination of collectors for generations. At first glance, this coin may appear worn by time, carrying a rusty brown appearance with fascinating green spots spread across both the obverse and reverse. But seasoned collectors know that old surfaces often hide incredible stories, and this 1915 buffalo nickel without a mint mark is one of those coins that demands a closer look. The year 1915 was only the third year of the Buffalo Nickel series, making it part of the early history of one of America's most iconic coin designs. By this time, millions of buffalo nickels were already circulating across the country, passing through the hands of merchants, workers, travelers, and families. Every scratch and every layer of natural aging on this coin represents a journey through more than a century of American history. Holding a 1915 buffalo nickel is like holding a surviving witness to an entirely different era. The absence of a mint mark tells collectors that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia issues have always played an important role in completing buffalo nickel collections because they represent the original production of America's circulating coinage. For many enthusiasts, finding an attractive early Philadelphia buffalo nickel remains an exciting challenge. One of the most eye-catching characteristics of this particular example is its unusual appearance. The rusty brown color mixed with green spotting creates a unique personality that cannot be duplicated. Over decades, exposure to different environments can create distinctive natural toning and surface colors. Collectors often appreciate coins that have developed their own individual character because no two examples age in exactly the same way. This fine condition example still preserves enough detail for the famous Native American portrait and the legendary American bison to remain clearly recognizable. The facial profile, feathers, and the buffalo itself continue to display the artistic vision that made this series one of the most admired in United States coinage history. Even after decades of circulation, the coin proudly carries the design that has fascinated generations of collectors. The buffalo nickel was designed to celebrate the spirit of the American frontier. The powerful Native American portrait and the majestic buffalo symbolize strength, resilience, and the nation's heritage. These themes have helped the series remain one of the most collected and recognizable coins ever produced. The 1915 issue stands as an important chapter in that remarkable story. Collector demand for early-date buffalo nickels has remained strong because they represent the formative years of the series. Many early examples experienced extensive circulation, while others disappeared over time through loss, damage, or melting. Every surviving coin with a pleasing appearance and identifiable details becomes a valuable connection to the past, encouraging collectors to search for the best examples they can find. Another exciting aspect of this coin is the mystery surrounding its long journey. Imagine the people who may have carried it during the early 20th century, the businesses where it changed hands, and the countless transactions it witnessed. A simple 5-cent piece became part of everyday American life, only to survive for more than a century and emerge as a collectible treasure admired by enthusiasts today. Now comes the moment that many viewers have been waiting for. The estimated market value for the 1915 buffalo nickel without a mint mark, in the fine condition described for this feature, is $91, on 100th, a coin that once represented only 5 cents, has become a remarkable collectible for those who appreciate rarity, history, and the enduring appeal of classic American coinage. If you ever discover an old buffalo nickel, don't rush to clean or polish it. Natural surfaces and original character are often appreciated by collectors. Check the date carefully, look for the presence or absence of a mint mark, and examine the remaining details of the design. Proper storage and careful handling can help preserve a coin's appearance for future generations. The 1915 buffalo nickel proves that some of the greatest treasures are hidden in plain sight. Its century-old history, distinctive appearance, and enduring collector appeal make it a fascinating addition to today's countdown. But don't go anywhere, because the next buffalo nickel on our list takes the excitement to an even higher level. You won't want to miss what's coming next, and remember to subscribe to XYZ Coin Seeker, where we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, collector stories, and exciting treasure hunts to you every single day. Next up, the excitement continues here on XYZ Coin Seeker, and now we've reached a buffalo nickel that has fascinated collectors for decades. Our third featured coin is the 1920D Buffalo Nickel, a remarkable survivor from the Denver Mint with attractive gray and green layers across both the obverse and reverse and preserved in extra fine condition. At first glance, it may seem like another old 5-cent piece, but experienced collectors know that early Denver Buffalo Nickels can carry a special appeal that goes far beyond their face value. This coin has survived more than a century, and every mark and every layer on its surface tells part of an incredible American story. The 1920D Buffalo Nickel was struck during an exciting period in United States history. America was entering a new decade of growth and change, and Buffalo Nickels were a common part of everyday commerce. These coins traveled through busy city streets, quiet country stores, banks, and family businesses, becoming part of daily life for millions of Americans. Today, every surviving example offers collectors a direct connection to that remarkable era. The famous Buffalo Nickel design remains one of the greatest achievements in American coinage. The obverse features the proud portrait of a Native American, representing the strength and heritage of the nation's indigenous peoples. The reverse displays the powerful American bison, an enduring symbol of the American frontier and the untamed spirit of the West. Even after decades of circulation, these iconic images continue to capture the attention of collectors across the country. One of the most interesting features of this particular coin is the Denver Mint mark. The small D beneath the denomination identifies it as a product of the Denver Mint, adding another layer of historical significance. Collectors who build complete Buffalo Nickel sets actively search for Denver issues because each mint contributed its own chapter to the series' fascinating history. The gray and green layers across both sides of this coin create an appearance that many enthusiasts find especially attractive. Over many decades, natural aging and storage conditions can produce unique surface characteristics that make every surviving coin different from the next. No two Buffalo Nickels age in exactly the same way, giving each specimen its own personality and story. Condition is one of the most important factors in coin collecting, and this extra fine example continues to display impressive details. The Native American portrait retains much of its character, while the buffalo itself still shows strong definition. Collectors pay close attention to the remaining hair details, feather designs, and the buffalo's horn and body features when evaluating Buffalo Nickels. Coins that preserve these important elements often receive greater attention from enthusiasts who appreciate quality examples. Another reason this coin stands out is its remarkable journey through history. Think about the generations of Americans who may have handled this very coin. It could have been carried by merchants, travelers, farmers, or families during a period of tremendous national change. More than 100 years later, it has survived to become a collectible piece of history that continues to inspire excitement among numismatists. The collector market for early Buffalo Nickels remains active because these coins combine beautiful artistry with historical importance. As more people discover the hobby of coin collecting, interest in classic American designs continues to grow. Collectors enjoy searching for examples that offer attractive eye appeal, solid preservation, and interesting natural characteristics, making coins like this 1920D memorable additions to many collections. Now comes the part that always creates anticipation among rare coin enthusiasts. The estimated market value for the 1920D Buffalo nickel, with the characteristics and extra fine condition described in this feature, is $19,500. For collectors, finding a well-preserved early Denver Buffalo nickel with distinctive visual appeal can be an exciting opportunity to own a meaningful piece of American numismatic history. If you have old Buffalo nickels at home, take a careful look at them before setting them aside. Check the date, identify the mint mark, and study the remaining details of the design. Avoid cleaning old coins, since preserving their original surfaces is often important to collectors. Proper storage and gentle handling can help protect these historic treasures for years to come. The 1920D Buffalo nickel is another reminder that extraordinary pieces of history can survive in unexpected ways. Its century-old heritage, memorable appearance, and enduring popularity among collectors make it a fascinating part of today's countdown. But our journey isn't over yet. Even more intriguing Buffalo nickels are waiting ahead, and the next coin could surprise even the most experienced collectors. Stay tuned to XYZ Coin Seeker for fresh rare coin discoveries, exciting collector stories, and daily adventures into the world of hidden treasures. Next up, the countdown on XYZ Coin Seeker is becoming even more exciting, and now we've reached a Buffalo nickel that has earned a special place in the hearts of collectors. Coin number 4 is the 1917 Buffalo nickel struck without a mint mark, meaning it was produced at the historic Philadelphia Mint. Preserved in extra fine condition, this remarkable piece has survived well over a century while retaining much of the bold character that made the Buffalo nickel one of the most celebrated coins in American history. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary old nickel, but experienced collectors know that early-date Buffalo nickels can hide extraordinary stories and collector appeal. The year 1917 was a significant chapter in American history. The nation was experiencing rapid changes, and Buffalo nickels circulated through bustling cities, local markets, family businesses, and small towns across the country. Every transaction added another page to the story of these coins. Imagine the countless hands that may have carried this very nickel over the decades before it found its way into the hands of modern collectors. That long journey is one of the reasons Buffalo nickels continue to fascinate people today. The design itself is one of the greatest achievements in United States coinage. The obverse features the powerful portrait of a Native American, carefully crafted to symbolize the rich cultural heritage of America's indigenous peoples. The reverse showcases the iconic American bison, an animal that represented the strength and spirit of the American frontier. Together, these designs created a coin unlike any other in circulation, and more than a century later, they remain instantly recognizable to collectors around the world. One of the interesting features of this 1917 example is the absence of a mint mark. Coins without a mint mark from this era were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most historic minting facility in the United States. Philadelphia issues are essential for collectors building complete Buffalo nickel sets, and early examples in attractive condition continue to generate excitement among enthusiasts. The extra-fine condition of this coin adds to its appeal. Collectors carefully examine the remaining details of the Native American portrait, including the hair and feather designs, while also studying the buffalo's horn, head, and body details. An extra-fine Buffalo nickel preserves much of the original artistry, allowing collectors to appreciate the craftsmanship that went into every strike. Coins that maintain strong details after decades of circulation often become memorable additions to collections. Another reason this coin attracts attention is its historical connection. This Buffalo nickel was already circulating during a remarkable period of American history, witnessing economic changes, technological advancements, and the daily lives of countless people. Every surviving example carries a unique story that cannot be recreated, making each coin a genuine piece of living history. Collector demand for early buffalo nickels has remained strong because they combine beautiful design, historical importance, and the excitement of discovery. Enthusiasts enjoy searching for examples that display attractive preservation and authentic originality. As new generations of collectors enter the hobby, classic buffalo nickels continue to receive admiration for their artistry and their connection to America's past. The anticipation builds as we reveal the featured value for today's coin. The estimated market value for the 1,917 buffalo nickel without a mint mark, in the extra fine condition described for this feature, is $53.06. For collectors who appreciate classic American coinage, examples with strong details and pleasing preservation continue to attract significant interest in the marketplace. If you happen to come across an old buffalo nickel, don't underestimate its potential collector appeal. Carefully inspect the date, determine whether a mint mark is present, and study the condition of the design. Avoid cleaning the coin, as preserving its natural surfaces is often appreciated by collectors. Proper storage and careful handling can help protect these historic pieces for future generations. The 1,917 Philadelphia Buffalo Nickel stands as another incredible chapter in today's countdown, proving that America's classic coinage still holds endless fascination for collectors and treasure hunters alike. Its rich history, timeless design, and enduring popularity make it a memorable addition to any collection. But don't leave just yet, because our countdown is far from over. The next buffalo nickel on our list brings another exciting story and another remarkable piece of numismatic history. Stay with XYZ Coin Seeker, where fresh, rare coin discoveries, collector insights, and exciting treasure hunts arrive every single day. Next up, as the countdown continues on XYZ Coin Seeker, the excitement keeps building because we've arrived at coin number 5, a fascinating 1,917 buffalo nickel struck without a mint mark and preserved in very fine condition with an eye-catching green appearance. At first glance, some people might overlook a coin like this because of its age and circulated look, but experienced collectors know that every buffalo nickel has a story waiting to be uncovered. More than a century has passed since this coin was first released into circulation, and today it remains a remarkable survivor from one of the most beloved series in American numismatic history. The year 1917 was an important time in the United States. Buffalo nickels were actively circulating across the nation, changing hands in busy markets, local stores, banks, and family businesses. This particular coin may have traveled through countless communities before eventually finding its place in a collector's hands. Every mile of that journey added character to the coin, creating a tangible connection to America's past that modern collectors deeply appreciate. The buffalo nickel design itself is a masterpiece of American coinage. The obverse features the strong profile of a Native American, while the reverse proudly displays the famous American bison. These images were chosen to celebrate the heritage and natural beauty of the United States, and they quickly became some of the most recognizable designs ever placed on circulating coins. Even after decades of use, the artistic details continue to impress collectors and history enthusiasts alike. One of the notable aspects of this coin is that it was struck without a mint mark, identifying it as a product of the historic Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia buffalo nickels hold a special place in many collections because they represent the original and longest-running tradition of United States coin production. Collectors building complete date and mint mark sets always pay close attention to early Philadelphia issues. The attractive green appearance of this particular example gives it an individual personality. Over many decades, coins can develop natural surface characteristics that reflect their unique history of storage and circulation. The green coloration adds visual interest and reminds collectors that no 2-century-old buffalo nickels age in exactly the same way. Each surviving coin carries its own distinctive identity, making every discovery exciting. This buffalo nickel is preserved in very fine condition, meaning that significant details of the original design remain visible despite years of circulation. The Native American portrait still displays important features, while the buffalo on the reverse retains much of its recognizable shape and strength. Collectors carefully study these remaining details when evaluating buffalo nickels because condition plays an important role in their overall appeal. Another reason collectors admire coins like this is the sense of mystery they create. Imagine the countless people who may have carried this very nickel through their daily lives. It could have been exchanged in a small-town general store, tucked away in a family savings jar, or passed from one generation to another before reaching today's collector market. That remarkable journey transforms an ordinary 5-cent coin into a meaningful piece of American history. The Buffalo Nickel series continues to enjoy strong popularity among collectors because it combines historical significance, artistic beauty, and the thrill of discovery. Many enthusiasts spend years searching for attractive examples that preserve their original character while telling a story of survival through changing times. Early-date Buffalo nickels remain especially appealing because of their connection to the early 20th century. Now it's time for the featured value reveal. The estimated market value for the 1,917 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark, with the green appearance and very fine condition described for this feature, is $7,500. Collectors who appreciate historic American coinage often enjoy adding examples with distinctive character and pleasing preservation to their collections. If you ever find an old Buffalo nickel in a collection or inherited group of coins, take a careful look before setting it aside. Examine the date, check for a mint mark, and study the remaining details of the design. Avoid cleaning or polishing old coins, since original surfaces are often appreciated by collectors. Proper handling and storage can help preserve these remarkable pieces of history for years to come. The 1,917 Philadelphia Buffalo nickel, with its distinctive green appearance, proves that even well-traveled coins can capture the imagination of collectors. Its long history, memorable design, and enduring popularity make it another exciting chapter in today's countdown. But don't go anywhere, because one final Buffalo nickel still remains, and it could deliver the most unforgettable surprise of the entire list. Stay with XYZ Coin Seeker, where fresh, rare coin discoveries, fascinating collector stories, and exciting numismatic adventures are waiting for you every single day. Next up, we've finally reached the grand finale of today's countdown on XYZ Coin Seeker, and if you've stayed with us this far, you're about to discover a Buffalo nickel that has captured the attention of collectors for generations. Coin number 6 is the legendary 1,913 Buffalo nickel with the Denver mint mark, featuring an attractive brown and green appearance and preserved in very fine condition. The year 1913 marks the beginning of the entire Buffalo nickel series, making every early example a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. This isn't just another old coin, it's part of the very first chapter of one of the most iconic designs ever struck by the United States Mint. Imagine the excitement surrounding this coin when it first entered circulation. America was entering a new era, and the Buffalo nickel introduced a bold design unlike anything the public had seen before. Instead of traditional portraits and symbols, the coin celebrated the nation's frontier heritage with a powerful Native American portrait on the obverse and the majestic American bison on the reverse. More than a century later, those same designs continue to inspire collectors and history enthusiasts across the country. One of the most exciting features of this particular coin is the Denver mint mark. The small d identifies it as a product of the Denver Mint, one of the major facilities responsible for producing America's circulating coinage. For many collectors, mint marks add another layer of interest because they connect a coin to a specific place and period in United States history. Early Denver Buffalo nickels remain an important part of complete collections and are admired for their historical significance. The brown and green appearance of this 1913D Buffalo nickel gives it a distinctive personality. Over decades of careful survival, natural environmental exposure can create unique surface colors that make every old coin look different from the next. Collectors often appreciate these individual characteristics because they remind us that every Buffalo nickel has traveled its own path through history. No two-century-old coins tell exactly the same story. This example is preserved in very fine condition, allowing much of the original artistry to remain visible. The Native American portrait still displays important design elements, while the famous buffalo on the reverse retains recognizable strength and detail. Collectors carefully evaluate the remaining features of both sides of the coin because preservation plays a major role in overall collector appeal. A buffalo nickel that maintains attractive details after more than 100 years of circulation becomes an impressive survivor from a remarkable era. The history behind the 1913 Buffalo Nickel series adds even more excitement to this coin. As the inaugural year of production, these nickels introduced a completely new artistic direction for American coinage. They quickly became part of everyday commerce, traveling through busy cities, quiet farming communities, family businesses, and countless pockets across the nation. Every surviving example carries with it the memories of a changing America and the people who once relied on these small coins in their daily lives. Collectors continue to pursue early Buffalo nickels because they combine artistry, historical importance, and the thrill of the hunt. The first-year issues hold a special place in many collections, representing the beginning of an iconic series that remains popular more than a century later. Finding a 1913D Buffalo nickel with attractive natural character and pleasing preservation is an exciting experience for enthusiasts who appreciate classic American coinage. Now we've reached the moment that many viewers have been waiting for. The estimated market value for the 1913 Buffalo nickel with the Denver mint mark, showing the brown and green appearance and the very fine condition described for this feature, is $38,500. For collectors, a first-year Buffalo nickel connected to the historic Denver mint remains a fascinating and desirable piece of American numismatic history. If you have inherited old coins or discovered Buffalo nickels tucked away in a collection, don't overlook them. Examine the date carefully, check for a mint mark, and pay attention to the remaining design details and overall preservation. Avoid cleaning old coins, since maintaining their original surfaces is often appreciated by collectors. Proper storage and careful handling can help preserve these historic pieces for future generations to enjoy. And with that, we've reached the end of today's incredible Buffalo nickel countdown. From the fascinating 1934D survivor to this remarkable 1913D first-year issue, each coin has shared a unique story of history, craftsmanship, and collector fascination. These Buffalo nickels remind us that America's classic coinage continues to inspire treasure hunters and numismatic enthusiasts alike. If you enjoyed today's adventure, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow coin collectors, and subscribe to XYZ Coin Seeker. We bring fresh rare coin discoveries, hidden treasures, collector insights, and exciting numismatic updates every single day. And remember, the next incredible coin waiting to be discovered could already be sitting quietly in an old collection, just waiting for someone to recognize its remarkable story.